it's all working properly. Yeah, lunch sounds like a pretty good idea. I have not eaten, except I think right before I started streaming I had something to eat. But I'm pretty much at the end of my usefulness. Though I did see yeah, go eat something. I'll eat something eventually. I need to finish all this stuff first. Yeah, it's one of the things, since Adam's going to be traveling internationally, maybe I should talk to one of my friends about that. Like, what the hell are you supposed to do with your phone when you go to different countries? I don't know how it is over in Europe. And I also don't know how it is in the US, but something about SIM cards, I don't know jack about it. Alright, so we need to multiply by get distance scale from camera. And we need the I guess we're getting our actor location. Distance from screen, set world, scale, set visibility. Where are we actually setting our position? Alright, so we need to get our world location. Let's just get prepaid SIM for the time. See, I don't know really even what that means, like what that even entails. And Adam doesn't either. I guess when he gets to the States, he has to go to like a store or some shit, go buy a SIM card and then slot it into the phone or something. I'd have to look up exactly what that is. That looks like it's actually working. doing a divide by 0 here? Negative 25? Negative? It's a negative value? What? How did we get a negative value with this? If radius is less than 0, size equals 0? Yeah, that's not right. Looks like we're getting pretty close. Divide by 0. Alright. So Now, how does this ball indicator scaling work? It's like we're just dividing by this. Alright, so what we want to do actually is this needs to be shorter, this maximum needs to be like 2.5, and the big thing is the minimum needs to be like, you know, 0.9 or something. Can actually be a little bit bigger, so why don't we just set it at 1. The other thing to do is get distance scale for this and start applying it to the team indicators. So let's see, what is this guy doing for scale? So we're getting the distance from the screen and we're subtracting the screen radius from it. We're then dividing it by that, so it actually gets smaller as it gets closer. Alright, well, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, they're really small. Let's just keep messing with the scales until we're happy with it. The ball indicator min scale needs to be a little bit bigger. Yeah, well, it looks like it's fixed. Man, like we're actually on the outside of the screen now. Cool. Was that a draw or who won, who lost? Oh, we lost. Yeah, that's what should happen. Last goal doesn't seem to be showing up for stats for people. Alright, let's make sure there's no more divide by zeros. Let's see, movement component is doing the most. Tick time, blueprint time is the most. It's interesting that there's some blueprint stuff there. I'd have to go profile that a bit more. Is it the bots? Did the bots just take a bunch of tick time? Probably. Probably bots. I'll have to go profile that at some point. Hello, Chris Goku. I'm just messing around with these indicators, making sure that they do what I want them to do. And it looks like they are. Alright, cool. I am happy with that. Let's take out some debug code if we still have some. Let's just do a quick search. Welcome back, Karakan. But I think I'm pretty much done for today. That'll be the ball pointer and the player pointers math fixed. So, yeah, I think that's everything. So what I should do is Revert all my unchanged files. Snag all the latest and resolve anything, and then take a look at what Adam put in. Make sure it works. So let's resolve these changes. Alright, so this guy didn't merge. Alright, so it looks like that's fine. That's fine. It's these guys? So what, the only difference is he took out hide? Like that's it? He took out hide? But why did he take out hide in the generic vote? You left out a line of code with your Steam servers? Well, so it wasn't broken, it was just kind of broken. Alright, well then let's put this up and take a look at what it looks like. Well, I'm glad that your stuff's working then. It's always a pain when it's tracking down all that. Massive workaround success then, yeah. Well, I'm pretty much almost done. I want to take a look at the stuff that Adam put in here, and then I'm pretty much finished for today. So what do we got? We have the players here. We've got an improved UI for everything. Just add bots. Looks like he just made everything a lot simpler. Would you like to vote to balance teams? Oh, okay, so he changed that to a close there. Doesn't look like it's all centered. Alright, everybody's been balanced. So let's go ahead and end the match. It looks like there are some issues. Like you see this auto balance teams and listed publicly are behind this stuff. Like what's that all about? He basically just made everything. He just took off all the frills. That's it. He's just like, no more frills. I hate frills. How do you handle security? Ever think of Kim Jong taking your code? Basically, with games, I'm there's like if you're gonna try to launch in China, then yeah, there's problems with that. You know, like League of Legends in China or whatever. They've got Shrek and Donkey, and you can play as any character ever, and it's just steal all your shit. And yeah, so I mean that's a thing, but with most of them, like an online game that has servers and everything like that, if you're worried about gray sharding, usually the only thing is if you have some sort of monetization model that relies on not gray sharding and everything else. So if you're not doing microtransactions, security becomes much less of an issue. And especially with multiplayer games, a lot of the time I'm not sure that DRM and the rest is really the water part. Yeah, sure. Pop that over. Yeah, we redid all of our main menu screens so that we have this big UI level with all this cool looking stuff. Can actually go pop open to that. Not hacking the game, like the source code you're writing now, someone takes it. Well, it's very difficult to reverse engineer a C++ application unless you ship your PDBs on accident and people get all your symbols, right? And then like it's just trivial. But as for people stealing code, I'd basically say it, like, let's just say I went and got somebody to help out on the team. If I went and got somebody to help out on the team and I just gave them all the source code and we're like, all right, go figure it out, they're not going to know jack shit. Like, they're not going to be able to do anything with that. Like, you have to onboard people and help them out and explain all the concepts and everything. It'd be like having all the source code for Unreal Engine. Okay, cool. Where's the documentation? It's going to take me forever to figure out. So some bits and pieces, maybe, if you've got some, genius algorithm for pathfinding that you can go sell, sure. But games code, it ain't worth shit. So I ain't not worried about it at all. All right, cool. Well, that is everything. So I'm going to check all that in. But yeah, that's also another thing about like DRM and everything else. I am not a fan of DRM. I don't think it works, and it's just kind of dumb. Like I'm pretty sure, I'm about 95% sure that even like a lot of games. Well, I know games do go ahead and seed their own game on like Pirate Bay just to get a legitimate copy out there, so they don't get customer service calls. But I'm pretty sure like Guild Wars and some other things seed like cracked versions of their games and shit like that, just as official policy. Because the more people that play your game, the better. And if they're going on torrent sites and stealing your stuff, they weren't going to pay for it anyway. And if somebody goes and pirates the game, and it's a multiplayer game, most likely they'll get their friends to play it, and their friends might actually pay for it. Like stuff. Oh yeah, it's definitely industry practice at this point to go ahead and seed a cracked version of your game if you're worried about it, if you think people are going to go do that. It's definitely one of the more common, like, this would be a good idea because we don't want people to crack it the wrong way and cause problems for our customers. But other than that, the only real attack vector sort of stuff that I am worried about is more like online games with microtransactions that you can get real money out of, right? So like if you're doing World of Warcraft and you're mining gold and you're selling gold for real money, yeah, that's when you start worrying about anything. Any small exploit on the client can actually have a significant dollar value attached to it. So at that point, don't even worry about it. Don't do it yourself. Just go get something like Arxan and throw it in there and let them do it, because their entire industry is built around it. Otherwise, at least for an indie game, we have purposefully made our game. Here's me being blackmailed for. Yeah, that's. There are definitely people that still cling to the old sort of thing. But for this game, we have specifically made it so it's like completely DRM free. Like you boot up the game, and if you don't want to log in, that's totally fine. You know, like the game will boot up, it'll tell you, you know, that you don't have the right client and all that crap, and you're fine. Just go play the game, and if you can get other people that have the same version as you, go for it. I do not care. Go have fun playing it. It'd be nice if you paid us, but if you're not going to pay us, you're not going to pay us, and I'm not going to come to your house with a pitchfork and a torch and demand my my $10 or whatever the fuck. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. I am going to go eat breakfast or something like that. So have a good day and all that. How many people are even in here? Like 5? I don't know. I don't even know anybody who's online. So, alright. Goodbye.